So Manchester United have one of the most aggressive attacks in the Premier League this season, as Manchester United has the second most generated XG in the Premier League, as well as having the most shots and the most shots on target in the Premier League this season. So in this video, we are actually going to be analyzing the stats of Manchester United, how the stats actually tells a mixed story from the actual current reality of Manchester United. So guys, if you're talking about the stats that Manchester United has actually generated this season, it is very surprising, and it actually tells a different story from what Manchester United is actually going through, because Manchester United have actually struggled a lot in some games, have actually struggled a lot also in scoring in some games, but you're going to find out that the stat is actually telling a lot of stories, because it seems like Manchester United seems to improve in all segments of the pitch, and you're going to find out that most of our fans actually find it very difficult to actually tell what the meaning of XG is, what the meaning of stat is. So definitely the XG definitely measures the quality of chances that Manchester United gets in game, while the shots per game actually measures the volume. You're going to find out that Manchester United has actually done well in all these segments, and you're going to find out that this season alone, Manchester United have second best attacking input in the Premier League after Manchester City. Manchester United has actually created approximately 30.00 XG this season compared to 52.6 XG in the whole of last season. And in the whole of last season, Manchester United played in almost 5 competitions, played in the Premier League, in the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, the Champions League, basically 4 competitions, and we generated 52.6 XG. Meanwhile, just in December, Manchester United has generated 30.00. That tells you that Manchester United is actually going to surpass the XG that we created last season in terms of attacks, and that tells you that Manchester United is actually creating more. Our finishing rate is relatively getting bad compared to even what Manchester United had last season. So why is Manchester United underperforming the XG? Why is Manchester United not scoring enough goals? Because from the XG, it is known that Manchester United should be scoring at least 2 to 3 goals in every game. But the individual player of Manchester United is failing to convert. And for Manchester United alone, it's not just about the individuals or about the finishing of the individuals. I feel most of the time is how they are utilized, and I feel most of the time is based on their decision makings. Because you could see both in my last analysis in the Wolverhampton Wanderers game, you're going to find out that many of the times Manchester United had the opportunity to pass some balls. Most of the players are refusing to pass the ball, notably Matheus Cunha and Amad Diallo. There were times whereby they should have given more simplified passes, more easier passes, but they failed to give those passes. So this is something that has really hampered how Manchester United should have effectively controlled games for a longer period, because when you make 1 or 2 bad decisions, especially in the Premier League, of course you get punished when the opposition gets their own opportunities. So in terms of stats, the stats don't lie, because stats are not accidental, stats are not gotten by luck, but stats are actually gotten by controlled patterns, and you're going to find out that Manchester United is doing just that, and in terms of attack, Manchester United is actually improving this season. So from a statistical and a tactical point of view, you're going to find out that Manchester United has taken a step forward as a team. We are actually playing well when it comes to shots per 90 minutes and also shots on target per 90 minutes per game. You're going to find out that Manchester United are first in the Premier League, and this is a very surprising stat, because you're going to find out that last season when Amorim took over Manchester United, it was hard for him to instill this pattern. It was hard for him to get a simplified system. Manchester United were struggling. Instead of threatening the goalkeeper or trying to walk the goalkeeper in game, Manchester United were wasting more time in playing from the back, trying to build up, trying to get out of presses or pressing triggers. Manchester United spent more time last season to recycle the ball from the back instead of actually threatening the goalkeeper. So last season was a very difficult one for Manchester United, and every Manchester United fan actually struggled in terms of how we played. And you're going to find out that these stats don't just come by luck or by chance, just as I said, but this is because Manchester United is beginning to improve in every segment of the game. And if you also look at the chance created and chance missed for Manchester United in the Premier League, you're going to find out that Manchester United is third and first respectively. That tells you that Manchester United is beginning to improve in terms of our attack. Manchester United is beginning to move forward under Ruben Amorim, but most of the time I just feel the individuals and the way Manchester United put in the squad or strengthening the team has actually been one of the reasons why Manchester United has struggled, and one of the reasons also why Manchester United struggled this season, because you're going to find out that when the season started, Ruben Amorim also went back to his last season system of trying to build up from the back despite our midfield deficiency. So a lot of times in the Manchester United team, we spent a lot of time trying to build up and try to avoid pressures and try to avoid pressing triggers, and instead of trying to go direct, because you're going to find out that the pressing intensity of Manchester United is more coordinated now. You're going to find out that Manchester United is using less of a build-up and more of a direct approach, a more of a direct counter-attacking style of play. So Manchester United, what we do now is that instead of actually building from the back and spend longer period trying to build up from the back, because every team in the Premier League mostly presses. So what Manchester United is looking to do is to actually go long, try to win those second balls and try to play in a more direct counter-attacking style. Since Ruben Amorim switched to this pattern of trying to play a direct style and switching to a 5-3-2 kind of system, Manchester United XG and in terms of chances created, chances missed, Manchester United has actually improved a lot in the Premier League, and this is something that you should be expecting to see more from Ruben Amorim and from Manchester United, because you're going to find out that last season Manchester United had no hope. I think last season was one of the most disastrous seasons in the history of the football club. But this season there's been a lot of improvement, even though yes, there are some games that we should have won by a mile, or there are some games that we should have converted a lot of chances. But I think the stats says that Manchester United is actually doing well. We're actually doing well in terms of attack, in terms of shots we take per game, in terms of shots on target, in terms of our XG attacking input generated, and in terms of the chances we have faced this season. We're going to find out that overall Manchester United has been a decent team, and even though we have lost game this season that we are not supposed to, we are actually supposed to lose because of you actually miss chances. But I feel that Manchester United is only going to improve from this point of the season. So guys, the issue of Manchester United is basically not tactical failure, but it's actually an execution failure. This is what Manchester United is suffering from. But I feel that Manchester United is definitely going to move forward, because if Manchester United we are playing with a different style of play, or the current style of play we are playing actually now in the beginning of the season, I feel Manchester United would have been first for attacking input XG generated. So guys, I want you guys to give me your thoughts on the comment section on what you feel about the XG start of Manchester United. I want you guys to like, to share, to subscribe to that platform. To see you guys in my next video.